We appreciate you coming out tonight for this little meet and greet here at Iron Oak. We want first of all say thank you to the people at the Steel Coop and Iron Oak for making this possible to have this here. We're going to let some other people come in. We're going to let Tommy Lee sing to you a little bit. He's a 1994 graduate of Livingston Academy, played football there. I broadcast your games on television, Tommy. You probably saw some of those back then. But he's going to do some songs, make him feel welcome. Tommy Lee.
Mile upon mile, got no direction. We're all playing the same game. Not looking for redemption. Just trying to say his name. So caught up now in pretending what we're singing is true. I'm not looking for a happy ending. All I'm looking for is you. You came upon me way far away. You're the reason I'm still here, yeah. Am I the one you were sent say? You came upon me way far away. Wandered out into the waters. I thought that I might drown. I didn't know what I was after. I just knew I was going down. That's when she found me. I'm not afraid anymore. Said, you know, I always had you, baby. Just wait for you to find what you were looking for. It came upon me way far away. You're the reason I'm still here, yeah. Am I the one you were sent say? You came along me way far away. Way far away. Way far away. You came upon me way far away. You're the reason I'm still here, yeah. Am I the one you were sent say? You came upon me way far away. Ground broke and the angels cried. You won't ever walk alone. That's why they put me in your hands. Came upon me way far away. It came upon me way far away. You're the reason I'm still here, yeah. Am I the one you were sent say? It came upon me way far away. Thanks a lot. Coach Hauser called me a couple of days ago and said, hey, you want to come up and play for a bunch of people who don't know who you are? I said, yeah, be happy to do that. Happy to do anything I can to help the football team and help the team I used to play for. So play a few for you, and then I think we got some other things that we got going on. So Coach Hauser, just keep me in line up here like you used to. In my hometown, population just a few thousand. All of them here at the drive-in after Friday night's football game. And that's the same place my mom and dad went on the first had the same burger I just ate. Man, some things never change. That's what made me who I am today. Gave me a million songs to play when the radio's on. I just don't understand. Because a tractor ain't sexy and working is hard for small town people like me. And the radio's full of rich folks singing about places they never seen. Now I ain't seen their life ain't a heart. I'd love to hear about it sometime. They can sing about their own life, and I'll sing about mine. I'm not complaining, running my mouth like an old man who's talking about a world that's changing, or how it's giving up on me. And I'm just saying, down at Nick's on the weekend, the small town anthems they're singing don't sound like what you see. When you talk about the Dairy Queen, pickup trucks and Springsteen, it makes a place I love sound like a bad cartoon. Because a tractor ain't sexy and working is hard for small town people like me. And the radio's full of rich folks singing about places they never seen. Now I ain't seen their life ain't a heart. I'd love to hear about it sometime. Let them sing about their own life, and I'll sing about mine. If you want a song about a place like my hometown, take a weekend and come on down. It won't take long to see, 'cause a tractor ain't sexy and working is hard for small town people like me. And the radio's full of rich folks singing about places they ain't never seen. Now I ain't seeing their life ain't a heart. I'd love to hear about it sometime. And let them sing about their own life, and I'll sing about mine. They can sing about their own life, and I'll sing about mine. All right, we'll do one more. The song's called My Hometown. I had a buddy back in '81, and we made ourselves a pact. We were heading for the new pipeline, and we were never coming back. Well, we worked 80 hours making time and a half, but LaGrange was too dang hot. We drove back home at the end of that week, and we spent it all a lot. I'll see you in Houston if I ever get out that way. I'll see you in Dallas, but I won't have long to stay if you're ever out west, son. And you're feeling like slowing down, I'll see you around my hometown. Well, I played ball every single fall. I could run just like the wind. I went to college like they asked me to, but they didn't ask my friends. Well, I don't think I sing a single classroom, but I drank a lot of Coke. My buddies still love to listen to me when I talk about that year. I'll see you in Houston. If I ever get up that way, I'll see you in Dallas. But I won't have long to stay if you're ever out west, son. Ain't feeling like slowing down, I'll see you around my hometown. Well, I got myself a little band, and we're pretty good, I guess. But I never learned how to wear my hair, and I never learned how to dress. So I'm leaving for the last time, honey, I'm never more to roam. Gonna pack my bags a little heavy this time, gonna head myself back home. I'll see you in Rickman. If I ever get up that way, I'll see you in Allen's. But I won't have long to stay if you're ever up in Livingston. And you're feeling like slowing down, I'll see you around my hometown. So I'll see you around my hometown. Thank you.
Hey, good evening. One more time for Tommy Lee. How about that? Great job, buddy. I am probably the least qualified person to be up here in front of this microphone, but Coach Mark Hauser asked me to come and speak a little bit, really a few words, and introduce Albert Jenkins. But one thing, good crowd. It's an exciting time to be a Livingston County Wildcat. I've been that player back there, coaching changes, things of that nature. It's an exciting time. All you got to do is buy in. I can say one thing. I played for Coach Hauser in his first stint back in '07 at Livingston Academy. And parents, you're in great hands. I've got two sons playing as well. And what you're going to get is the belief in your children, your young men, that they can do anything, whether that be in the classroom, the weight room, the football field. After their career is over, they're going to be fine young men, and that's going to be contributed to Coach Mattenhauser, his staff. I see a lot of familiar faces in the crowd. Good to see y'all back, by the way, in the tradition that is Livingston Academy. A lot of people ask, and I think I asked Coach Hauser day one, how can I help, right? The biggest thing is support, and support for Livingston Academy in the program starts, well, one, it starts with the Outlaws. See Coach Hayes here running the Outlaws program, your middle school, your feeder programs as well. But none of this is possible without the Livingston Academy Quarterback Club. So if somebody asks you how they can help move the program forward, get them in touch with the Livingston Academy Quarterback Club. Here to talk about that just for a second is Mr. Albert Jenkins.
Hello. Well, I don't like microphones, so I'll weed through this real quick. In church, leaving one Sunday afternoon, got grabbed by the shoulder, turned around, and it was Chris Hammond. He's been the Booster Club president for years, and he said, hey, man, can you help out? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Next thing I know, it's in my lap, and we're weeding through it. So the Booster Club, I was nominated and got the 2022 season club president. We raise funds for all of the football team, your managers, your coaches, anything. We work on the field, we mow, it's all voluntary. So everybody's donating their time and their effort and getting over there and doing their part. We need help. We have a Facebook page, it's a group page, anybody can join. Everybody's welcome, all Hog-Eye football fans. In that, we've got a link to a Remind app where you can sign up and get any instant notifications of news. It's not a back and forth, it's news, what you need to know right away. We've got the Sign Up Genius that helps anyone that wants to volunteer sign up to work the basketball concession stand. That is our main fundraiser. We do really well at that. So any of the home basketball games, you're in the crowd, come see the concession stand, get you food, and that helps football. We've got an upcoming meeting for the Booster Club, the 16th, that's Martin Luther King Day. You'll be out of school, so at 6 p.m., Livingston Cafeteria, come see us. We will elect new officers for the 2023 season, and we'll try to set some goals of what we want to raise money for. I'd like to announce some exciting events, but we'll leave that to Coach. Anybody got any questions for me? So if you want to help, go to our Facebook page, join. You can follow along with us. There's highlight reels in there. There's any of the news where the kids have been in any Upper Cumberland articles or Overton County News or anything. So just go there, get involved. Anytime you can help, holler at us. We'd love to have you. Thanks.
Guess I failed to introduce myself when I came up here the first time, but I'm Craig Cantrell. I'm with Overton Events. Tyler's over here. We're streaming this live, so I will get a plug in here. If you haven't went to subscribe to us, go subscribe to Overton Events. We carry the football games live. They're on playback. We carry the basketball games live and everything like that. So I'll get that plug in for our company here as well. But I remember I was talking to Mark Hauser, and I didn't remember exactly when I started. I knew with Telescripts. I didn't remember when they started. Matt and Hauser, I've been doing his games since he was 9 years old. Mark still has tapes of those games when Matt was 9 and those Outlaws, and he could play even at that age. And I was just remembering some of the things along that we went through with Matt and Hauser. I remember in grade school, he was an 8th grader, sitting down with David Peterman one night doing a highlight film for them, and that highlight film is still out there. You'll still see it on, Clint may have posted even on Hog-Eye Sports. It may be on there. But he had a punt return one night. I think it was White County. They were playing Sparta, whichever one you want to call them. Broke 18 tackles. I don't know how you do that. But he broke 18 tackles to score a touchdown from about a 75-yard punt return that was just one of the most amazing athletic feats that I've ever seen in my life. That's what you get from Matt and Hauser. I remember he was talking about the playoffs, and I asked him a question because I'm getting old, so I don't remember everything as clearly as I used to. I remember a night in Gatlinburg-Pittman. It was about 2 degrees, little thin layer of snow on the ground up there in Gatlinburg-Pittman. They run a fake field goal. They were down, I don't remember, it may have been nothing at the time. Run a fake field goal. He's that receiver that runs that end around, throws the touchdown pass to win it 7-0 to move to the 3rd round. In his 4 years of high school, always made it to the 2nd round. That's pretty good. That's pretty good at Livingston Academy to be able to say that every year I played at least 2 playoff games. That's what his playing years have done. Now we fast forward to 2022. We start over in Events and we're doing the football games. Livingston Academy is going to be in great hands with the head coach and the coaching staff that he's put together, but I'm going to miss him for one simple reason. If anything went wrong on Overton Events, I got a text. It might have been 30 seconds. It might have been a minute into the broadcast, whatever. Matt let me know what's going on. So I've lost my biggest troubleshooter. So I don't know. Livingston Academy, that kind of tells me what he's able to do, though. He's on top of everything he does, and the program is in good hands as we start forward with a new chapter of Livingston Academy football. Matt Hauser, the new head coach of the Livingston Academy Wildcats.
I kind of warned Craig that I had the mic after him, so that's why he was so kind, I'm sure. We did have a lot of success when we were in school, but it was because of the great support we had of the community and the other guys on the team that played, and that was a huge role in what we did, and that's kind of what we talked about. Can I hold this? Thank you. We kind of talked to the team about a little bit of that last Monday when we met with them, and we'll share a little bit about that meeting. But before that, just wanted to thank everybody that's here. Thank you for your support. Thank you especially for the quarterback club. If you're a member of the quarterback club, do you care to stand, please? Couple, there we go. Thank you. If you weren't standing, make sure to see one of these that were before you leave, and let's find out how to get you involved with the quarterback club and make sure that you're doing everything that you can to help us support from that standpoint. That helps us tremendously. Definitely want to thank Steel Coop, Larry Hale, and the Coopers for allowing us to use this venue. We appreciate them and all of our businesses here in Livingston. This is a special place. It's always been a special place to me, and yes, a lot of that had to do with playing here at this high school, but it's the community, it's the school, it's the program. All of those are important. And when I started talking to the team, we started talking about how all of that there's no one person bigger than this program. There never will be a person bigger than this program. It will go on long after we're all gone because it's such a special place. Now, with that being said, everything that's done in this program is based on family. It always has been. So for me, when we start to build our staff and we start to build our team, one of the first things that we talk about is family and brotherhood. That's important to us. I told the team, when you can stop worrying about your own stats and when you can start doing stuff because you love the guy next to you and you are worried more about his stats and what he gets out of it than you're worried about what you get out of it yourself, that's when we'll go to the next level. It means something. And I told them they have brothers that they'd never even met before that they don't know that's come through this school and played. And if you don't believe it, just talk to somebody that's played here before. They have a great deal of pride for it. There's a couple guys in the audience right now shaking your head. You know what it means to play. It's a prideful thing to have that LA on the side of your helmet, that hog eye on your chest. When you chant, when you play at Tom Davis Memorial Stadium, all those things are important. And that's what this program has always been built on, and that's what we'll continue to do. So family and brotherhood, that's important to us. Character is important to us. High character is the standard that we have for our players. No matter where they are, if they're in the school building, if they're on the football field, if they're in the community, if they're in the classroom, wherever they are, we expect them to hold themselves in high character. And we will have a character coach on staff that talks to them weekly, gets to know them a little bit, but also helps to develop those particular traits so that we are high character individuals. And I can promise that there'll be no other people in our school building that are better examples than the young men on our team. That's a priority for us. Academics are important. Academics are huge because it opens doors that these guys may not even know are there, okay? We will constantly check progress reports. We'll check report cards. We want them to do well in the classroom. They need to know that it's a priority. If they want to perform on the field, they've got to perform in the classroom. So that starts with sitting up front in the classroom, taking notes, doing the little things, going above and beyond to make sure that you're successful in the classroom. So that's important. Those three things all lead into football. And football is the fun part of the puzzle, but you got to have the other three before you can even worry about the football aspect of it. Now, from a football standpoint, I told them all, nobody has a starting position. Okay? I don't care if you're a senior or a freshman or if you've played a lot or have never played before. You have the ability to play. It's going to be based on ability, attitude, and effort. You can control those things. Okay? You can't control what somebody else does. Somebody else has more ability than you but has a bad attitude. You can control your attitude and have a chance to play. So those are things they can control, and our staff, and I'm going to introduce a couple of those guys, but our staff that we've put together and the guys that are in the program from the youth leagues on up are a big part of that. Those guys spend a lot of time, thankless hours, pouring everything they have into the program. Coach McDonald in the back, he and I have been brothers on that field since 1990, as Craig said. We played a lot of football games together. Coach Melton standing beside of him, he was right around there at the same time. Coach Mack will be our assistant coach, our assistant head coach. He is an offensive line coach. He's one of the most technical offensive line coaches around. He does an absolutely outstanding job, and he's just, I mean, he kind of helps set the culture and set the tone of the program. And I think that if you have an offensive lineman on the team, they probably already told you about the first meeting with him. I think he had a lot of wide-eyed guys there in that meeting. Coach Hauser will be doing our special teams. Obviously, my dad, he's been a big part of my football playing career, coaching me from the time I was in Outlaws all the way through, pretty much through high school. So he'll be doing our special teams, and he'll either coach running backs or defensive backs for our staff. Coach Eldridge in the back will be coaching. We haven't decided that yet either. So all of our on-field coaches are kind of fluid. We're still trying to put together pieces and then try to figure out where they go. Part of our youth program, Coach Hayes was mentioned earlier, he's been over our Outlaws program for the last several years. We're grateful for everything he does for that program. Coach Holland, Coach Melton are both with our Outlaws programs, and they work with the junior program. They're going to be helping us a little bit break down some film and be involved. Did I miss anybody that? I know Coach Coffey here has been involved. He's been coaching the middle school for the last couple years. Grateful for everything he's done for our program. But there's a lot of men in the program, and those are just a few names. There's a lot that's not here tonight that'll be helping in off the field roles. And I got to looking the other day. I think we've had 9 double-digit wins in school history. And on our staff, everybody's either played or coached in all 9 of those seasons, ranging from 74, 10-1 season, all the way up to 2019 when we went 11-1. So in between that stretch, we've either played or been a part of that. So that's important to us, is build guys that are good guys, loyal guys, high-character guys, willing to work, great teachers. That's just part of it. That's what we're trying to get. I know we will have a parent meeting in January sometime. We'll talk more about policies, procedures, and things of that nature at that point. Tonight is more just us getting a chance to get to know you, so I'm not going to talk a whole lot longer. Love for you to get to know those guys, shake their hands. My wife's down here. Can you wave your hand? There you go. She allows me to do this, so I definitely appreciate her and my kids. And without her support, it would definitely, I wouldn't be here for sure. So I love her and thank her for that. Before I go, the one thing that I did talk to the kids, and you heard me say it. Coach Lacey. I've got terrible eyesight. I can't see anybody. Coach Lacey back here, he coached last year. He'll be on our staff this year as well. You heard me talk about we can control what we can control. We're not focused on anything that's happened in the past. Okay? It doesn't matter if it was 1974 or 92 or 97, 96, 2004, 5. You can go on all these great teams, or you can pick out a lot of teams in the past that struggled. We're not worried about what's happened in the past. We're moving forward. Everything we do will be going forward. And so we can control what we can control moving forward. We can't control who else practices, when they practice, how hard they practice, how long they practice. We can control what we do. And that's big with what we do, and that's why you hear us say a lot, feed the wolf. There's an old Cherokee proverb. Tanner Lacey will laugh at this because he asked me if I was going to mention it today, and I said, absolutely. There's an old Cherokee proverb. Some of you may know about it. An old man was sitting talking to his grandson, and he says, there's a battle going on in all of us between 2 wolves. One wolf full of evil, jealousy, envy, all the bad, negative things you can think. That's the evil wolf. You've got the good wolf, full of love, humility, all the positive attributes. And he goes on and talks, and the young man looks at him. He thinks about it for a minute, and he says, well, which wolf wins? And the old Cherokee said, the one you feed. And that's important to us because you get to control how you react to different circumstances. You get to feed the wolf every single day to decide, am I going to show up to practice on time and do the things I need to do, or am I going to lay out to this practice? Am I going to do what I need to do in the classroom? When I get in the community and something happens and it's a possibility for something bad to happen, how am I going to react to it? You get to make those choices. And we do a lot of bad things in society of pointing fingers at other people, but ultimately it comes down to us. So we're going to remind them of that constantly. Feed the wolf. Make sure you're doing the things that you can control to put yourself in a good spot. So with that being said, like I said, I don't want to do we have anything else planned? Josh is coming back up. Come on up, Josh. Now, Josh did play for me, and I'm glad he still has some positive things to say after those years. But he was, like I said, being a part of this team, it doesn't matter. What year did you play? 06, 07, 08.
Four wins in 3 years.
I've been there. I wasn't going to say that. That was him. But like I said, it doesn't matter when you came a part of this program, you're always going to be a brother. It's always going to be a family. Glad to have Josh a part of it. I'm trying to see if I've left anybody out. I'm not going to mention names because then I'll get in trouble. But anyway, I do appreciate your support. Thanks for coming out. After Josh gets done, make sure to walk around, talk to these coaches. We'd love to get to meet you. We'd love to have your support. These kids need it. There are some great kids. You've done a great job raising them. I hope that you want us to be disciplinarians to them because that's what's coming. We're going to hold them to a high standard. We want them to do it, but we're going to coach them like they are our kids. And I don't think there's any kid I coached harder than my own. That's how we want to coach your kids. That's the only way we know how to do it. Love on them, but discipline them, and make sure that we're doing everything we can to build a program that when we leave here, it's better than when we got here. And that's what everybody who joins this program, that should be your ultimate goal. When you leave, it's better than when you started. That's all I got. I'll turn it over to Brother Josh. I'll turn it over to Josh.
I've not got much to say other than we're going to close this thing out. Like Coach Hauser said, feel free to mingle. I think Tommy's going to come up and play a couple songs and just kind of close this thing out. Of course, I didn't even introduce myself. I feel like everybody knows me, but I'm Josh Scott. I work for WIV and UC Sports Nation as well. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Craig and Roger and the late Sid Carr, Mac McLeod, Mike Johnson, and now my play-by-play partner, Jacob Vinson. All the media guys that really give these guys a lot of credit. So if you can, however you support those media outlets, feel free to do so. Without them, I mean, we used to talk about WIV a long time ago, and we said it's going to be here far after me and Craig and Roger, everybody. Over County News is going to be here for a long time. So you got to support those things. They go away, and then nobody sees the accomplishments these young men are able to do on the field. But with that, I want to say thank y'all for coming out. Again, Coach Hauser, meet the staff. Feel free to mingle and turn it over to Tommy Lee.